We can go on all the different social platforms. We get notifications, we get dings, we get text messages, we get emails, we get all of this stuff. How the heck do we stop being distracted? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Rock Your Brand podcast. This is episode 911, and this is going to be one that you are going to definitely want to take notes, because I decided to do this after I was watching people just overcomplicate the process of building their brand or growing their brand and wondering why they're not getting results. We need to commit to doing this, but we also need to simplify it, and we need to create our own plan, our own roadmap, and preferably these shorter roadmaps. And I'm talking about a 30-day roadmap. I am going to walk you through in this episode exactly how you can do this. Now, this is a recording from one of our coffee talk sessions, which, by the way, if you are not yet attending our coffee talks or watching the replays, you can head over to takeactioncrew.com. Again, that's takeactioncrew.com. And over there, you'll be able to go through this experience, or you can go through the past coffee talks that we've done. But if you want to ask any live Q&As, that's the place to do it. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we went really deep in this coffee talk, and I needed to share it here because it's really important that you probably open up a notepad and write down some of these steps that we're going to be going through, because it's going to help you self-identify what you need to do next. All right, what you need to do next. Now, I do bring up Brand Creators Academy a few times in here. Now, whether you ever consider joining Brand Creators Academy or not doesn't matter. What matters is you understand that the principles of simplifying, committing, and creating a roadmap, that is going to simplify your life. It's also going to help you get results a lot faster. Brand Creators Academy is our private community. We are by application only or private invite. If you are interested in joining us, head over to brandcreatorsacademy.com. You'll be able to see exactly what we do there, who it's for, if it's for you, and you can get on the wait list or apply. All right. So again, brandcreatorsacademy.com. With that all being said, let's go ahead and dig in here. All right. I want you to get a pen, pad of paper, or if you're driving, don't do it. Do it later. But come back and listen to this when you have time to actually map out your personal 30-day roadmap. All right. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay. So the very first thing that people are starving for is a plan, right? An action plan. Not just, I can give you this whole long list of everything that you can do. Everything that you can do, but it's not a specific plan, right? We need a plan to follow. Raise your hand if you like plans to follow. Do you like directions to get from point A to point B, right? That's what we're talking about here. So one of the things that people, they're getting too many steps that they can do, and then what happens is they don't do anything. So having a specific plan to follow step by step is what's going to help you. So whether you join Brand Creators Academy or not, you need to sit down and then create your own plan. Mark it out for 30 days. Where are you going? Where is the end, okay, of that one part that you're working on? Because I think there's going to be multiple parts to your business, right? What's that specific target that you're shooting for, and where are you aiming? And then how are you going to get there? Right? And then over 30 days, you need to mark out your steps, and then you need to follow that. Okay. Simple and sweet. Like, that's what you have to do. Right? Inside of the academy, we have a 30-day roadmap. That 30-day roadmap says, okay, day 1, do this, day 2, do this, day 3, do this. Right? So it's literally step by step, follow that plan. Right? If you're doing our email marketing accelerator training that's inside of the academy, you're going to go through, okay, here's the first thing you need to do. Do that. Right? When you're done with that, go to this. When you're done with that, you go to this. We're not saying go do this whole area, right? Let's not worry about email marketing yet if we're not over here, if we don't have our home base built yet, or if we don't have, maybe we don't have the lead magnet picked out yet. We can't do any of that stuff until we are at that point, until we arrive there. But you get what I'm saying, right? We got to have that direction. All right. And I learned this again from hearing from our members. Like, I need a plan to follow. I need step by step. I need hand holding, right? So that's just one aspect of it, but it's a very important one. All right. The second thing, and this is a big one, and we all have control over this, and we all can do this right now, and that is remove distractions. Remove distractions. How do we do that? We live in a noisy world. We live in a very, very busy, noisy, distracting world, right? We can go on all the different social platforms. We get notifications, we get dings, we get text messages, we get emails, we get all of this stuff. How the heck do we stop being distracted? Well, it comes back to what I said in the beginning. Commitment. When you're committed, you put the blinders on. Now, I'm not saying you can't go and look at those things, right? You're here either on Facebook or YouTube right now watching this, hopefully to give you some clarity on your business and your brand to help you so you can finally really just focus and get to where you want to go. Okay. Give yourself in your daily schedule, give yourself an allotted time that you're allowed to go in there. I'm not kidding. Like, we have to give ourselves rules, because if we don't, we will just be wandering around. We're like, oh, we'll go over there. Well, that's cool. Oh, let's go over there. Oh, they're doing something cool over there. Let's head on over there. Oh, they're laughing over there. Let's go over there. They're having fun. Oh, they're over there doing something cool too. That's cool, right? We can't do that. We can't go to all the different parties going on. We got to pick one party and we got to hang out there. All right. And inside of the academy, we have a pretty good party there. We have a good group of people there. But it's all about removing distractions. Okay. So again, whether you join the academy or not, you do need to get rid of those distractions. They are hurting you, right? A good exercise to know if you're being distracted, if you're willing to do this, is every single time that you look at your phone and you look at a notification, or you just going, I'm sitting in the car waiting for my husband or wife to go into the market and they're coming back out. I'm just going to kill some time on my phone, right? That's time. Mark that all down. How much time are you doing that? And how much of that is a distraction that you could be doing something else more productive? Okay. So you just have to ask yourself these. Sometimes it's hard, right? But it comes down to having the discipline to be able to do that. Okay. So that's number 2, removing distractions. Number 3 is accountability. Okay. So accountability is a huge piece for a lot of people. How do I know this? Because I ask people that come in our academy. It's one of the questions that I ask. What are you looking to gain from being in the academy? Accountability. I need to be around people that are committed. I need to be around people that are working on their businesses and not just consuming content. I want to be around those people, right? I need accountability. That's a big one. Now, whether you join or not, find someone or some, group that you can commit to that will allow you to have some accountability. Okay. If you don't have accountability, it's going to be easy to say, I'll just go over here and dabble and I'll get back to that. There's no accountability. What we do in the academy is every Monday, which will happen today, I will go in there, I will post, hey, BCA tribe, here's what I want you to do. Mark down your 3 big for the week, or your big 3 for the week, which is basically, what are 3 things, just 3 things. What are 3 things you're going to do on your business this week by the end of the week? And then on Friday, we come back in and we check in, right? So it's just 3. I'm not saying like, what's the 10 things you're going to do? It's like, what's the big 3 that you're going to check off your list that go, I got some good stuff done. Accountability. Okay. So we actually inject that into our community, that we're like, that's part of our routine. Monday is check in, accountability piece. What's the 3 things that you're going to publicly inside of our group commit to? Right. So I'm more or less, I'm getting you to do it in a way that doesn't feel like, anyone's coming down on you, because no one is, but they are reminding you. And I think that's important, right? We come from a place of like caring and love, and like we want to see people succeed, but we know that people need that little reminder. I need that reminder. I have to just remind myself a lot of times. I have a little thing on Monday morning. I sit down and I mark out my entire week, right? That's how we do it. So accountability, that's a big one. Okay. The last one I want to talk about here is consumption. Okay. Consumption of information overload. It's a big thing. It's a big deal. I've suffered from it, but I've learned how to only learn what I need to learn right now. Okay. Good friend of mine, Pat Flynn, brought it up, and I think he was taught by, I forget who he was taught by, but it was brought to him by someone, and then he brought it to me, which was just-in-time learning. So right now, if you're needing to build your list, then you just go hardcore in and build that list. Everything else, we don't worry about that right now. We don't worry about how to build a shopping cart. We don't worry about how to do an Amazon listing. We don't worry about any of that stuff if we're not there yet. We're here, just in time learning, right? So right now, what are we learning? So we have to stop consuming, because consuming content, people think that you're working on your business if you're consuming content, which yes, you are if you apply it, right? When you apply it, that's when we're actually doing the work. So you could say, well, we're creating the blueprint of the home we're going to build. We got to do that. We have to take an architect and we have to get through this and make sure that everything structurally is there. We got to make sure that we get all that done. We got to do surveys on the land. We got to make sure all that stuff, that's our validation. That's our prep work. But when we actually start building it, that's when you start to see the result, right? The plan is just a plan. The result is actually seeing it being built, right? And if you're building a commercial property, it's getting tenants in there to start renting it. That's when you really start to see the results, right? It's kind of like building your home base or your website. Consuming the content, we can't do too much of that. We can only do what we need to do in order to take the next step. Okay? We only need to learn what we need to learn to do the next step. That's it. That's all that we have to do. Okay? And again, going back to our academy, we are very, very deliberate on that. And we're very, very hardcore on, do not just sit here and consume 6 hours of content. We just did a fast track workshop. Some of you may have attended inside of the academy. You guys get access to all the fast track workshops. There is a 3-hour workshop, and it's designed to take something that could be 3 weeks long. I could have stretched it out and made it 3 weeks long. I made it 3 hours long. And then within 24 hours, we're taking action. That's what we need to do. We need to do more of that and less of the consumption. Okay. So I'm a big believer in all right, listen, I don't want to read a thick book on how to do something, right? I want to just see the part that I need, and then I want to go start applying it, right? Immediately. It's just the way I operate. I learn better that way too. And so will you, I would imagine. All right. So anyway, let's just wrap that up. We need a plan to follow step by step. We need to remove distractions. We need an accountability partner or group, and we need to stop consuming and start doing. All right. So if you just take that and just apply that and start thinking through that, right? Everything that I just described, how do you figure out what that plan is? Well, where are you right now? Where are you going? And I don't mean where are you going in a year. I'm saying, where are you going in the next 30 days? That's what we need to focus on. And then we reverse it back, and then we go, okay, day 1 is this. Day 2 is this. Day 3 is this. Okay. And then removing distractions, you're all in control of that. You can do that, right? Anybody can do that right now. You know what is distracting you. If you're being brought out of what you're supposed to be doing, that's a distraction. Okay. So that we need to get under control. Accountability partner or group, whether you join us or not, you need to find someone or some, group that will help you with that. And they need to be the right people too. That's the other thing. You can't just belong to a group that's not aligned with where you're going. And the thing that I love about our academy is when I ask these questions, the responses that people are giving me I'm like, yes, they're the right people for this group. Yes, they're the right people for this group, which by the way, the minute this public open is over with, which is at the end of the week on Friday, October 30th, we're going to a application process or a private invite. And the reason is because we want to filter the people that are coming through. With me doing this open-ended question, kind of with our new members, I can immediately tell if they're the right fit or not. It's kind of like an application process after they've joined. But the beautiful thing is I get so much great information. And I also say, yes, we're attracting I'm doing exactly what I talk about in the email list building fast track workshop. We're attracting the right people. The people that are coming in, they're not coming in because they want a Lamborghini, right? They're coming in because they want the freedom aspect, the flexibility aspect. And actually, I'm going to read a few things here that's going to go into my email tomorrow. So I'll give you guys a little sneak peek on that. Did you guys have any questions on this before I keep rambling? Let's see here. Audio's good. Awesome. What's up, Salma? Good morning, everyone. Need an extra boost of caffeine this morning. Well, you reminded me I need a little of my caffeine here, my little bulletproof. Awesome. Kate says audio's good. Audio's perfect. Aaron, what's up? Okay. Okay, good. Do you deliberately set time per week to consume selective content? No, I don't. It's very simple for me. Is I look and see like what am I trying to achieve at the end of the week? All right. So, okay, I'll give you an example. So this week, there's two things that have to happen this week for me. Okay. There's just two things. There's some components in there, but there's two things. The one thing is Brand Creators Academy is open this entire week. I got to write more emails. I've got to bring attention to it, awareness to it. We've got some Facebook ads that are running in the background. So Chris Schaefer and I will be jumping on a call tomorrow, going through them, making sure that everything is firing correctly and all of that stuff. That's my goal. That's all I'm going to be focusing on there, right? So Brand Creators Academy, my Academy members, like that's all I'm worrying about this week. What has to happen in that? I need to write emails. I need to show up here on these coffee talks and do this, right? That's what I need to do. So I need to plan out, what am I going to talk about Wednesday? What am I going to talk about Friday? So I'll sit down and I will do that. So I'm not consuming any content. There's no content being consumed this week for me. Okay. So, okay. So now let's go to the next thing that has to get done. Now, this is a commitment I've made that I do every single week, like clockwork. I've never missed doing this in over 5 years since I started the podcast. Okay. So I basically, today, as soon as I get off with you guys, I am going to look at my spreadsheet that I shared on Facebook, by the way, in my Rock Your Brand group. And what I did was I map out episodes ahead of time. So if I have guests coming on, I'll put them in there, right? Well, I have to basically for this week's all done. It's already done. It's already recorded. It's already been scheduled, like all that stuff. It's done for this week. But now this week, Monday, I'm going to be doing next week's set of content. So I'll sit down today after we get off with this call. My job today will be to make sure that those 3 episodes going out the following week are done. So let's say, for example, I'm going to take one of these coffee talks. I need to basically do an intro and an outro for it. So I got to record that, send it off to my Dropbox folder, and I'm good. I'm done, right? But I need to do that today. Okay? So that's a given. So that has to happen. So there's 2 things that are happening this week for me. Those are 2 things that are happening, right? And now I just have to figure out what are those components in there that I'm going to be doing. I'm not consuming any content, okay? I don't need to learn how to do a Dropbox folder. I already know how to do that, right? I already got that. You know, I don't need to know how to set up my spreadsheet. I already did that. Now, when I was first doing it, I had to figure that stuff out, but I don't need to do it again, right? So hopefully that helped you. How do you make good decisions and progress in your biz on those days when you don't feel good or well? Well, today I got a bad back, right? Like right here, I'm sitting here and I'm hoping I'm not going to get a tweak in it. I got bio freeze on the lower part of my back. How do you do it? I think a lot of it is the people you surround yourself with. And I think positivity, if you inject positivity into your day, like you coming here to this coffee talk should help you. Okay. It should help you by being like, well, you know, if Scott's so fired up and he's got a bad back, what do I have to complain about? Right. Like, hopefully that's what it's like. Like, you're going to have those days that you feel like you're in a funk. Like, I've done it. I've been there. I'm just like, I just don't know why I'm feeling like in a funk today. Right. It just might be one of those days, and it's okay because you always got tomorrow. Right. So don't get too hard on yourself, but that's also where the accountability piece comes in. Right. Because if you went into a group and said, I'm really having a tough time today, I can't get myself motivated, and you'd have someone come in and go, hey, wait a minute here. You got to get yourself motivated. You're supposed to be building this thing, right? Well, what's one thing you can do today? And you're like, well, I guess I could do this. And you're like, do it. And then it's one thing. That's it. Just one thing, right? One small action step at a time. All right. So there you go. There you go. You have your plan now. Now all you need to do is execute it. All right. So what I want you to do is, if you are listening to this in the car or on the run, wherever you are, and you couldn't sit down and write it out, I want you to come back to this, and I want you to commit to doing this part. The first step is to actually sit down and commit to mapping out your next 30 days. All right. I'm telling you right now, it'll give you clarity. It'll allow you to see exactly what your next move is, and you won't be guessing, and you can actually map it all out. All right. Simplifying things will allow you to take action more frequently on a regular basis, which we all know, if you do something over and over and over again that's working towards a goal, you have a better chance of reaching that goal. Now, again, I did mention Brand Creators Academy, our closed private community. If you're interested in joining us and you would like to get a private invite or be notified when we open to a private group, head on over to brandcreatorsacademy.com. Again, that's brandcreatorsacademy.com. That is our private community where us brand creators get to hang out, share, and also learn from one another. All right. So guys, that's it. That's going to wrap up this episode. As always, remember, I'm here for you. I believe in you, and I am rooting for you. But you have to, come on, say it with me, say it loud, say it proud, take action. Have an awesome, amazing day, and I'll see you right back here on the next episode. Now let's rock your brand.